Welcome to Review Rewind, the podcast where a couple with varying backgrounds and tastes watch beloved movies and answer the question, was it good? I'm Mike.
And I'm Krista.
And today, we're going to be talking about Twilight.
Yay!
No yay. There's no yay involved. We wanted something special. All right, I'll be honest.
Let me say, it's
Go ahead.
yay because you watched a horrible chick flick. That's why it's yay.
Welcome to episode 10. Episode 10 of Review Rewind.
10.
We have too many hours of us just talking about movies. And we wanted to celebrate our 10th episode with something special. All right. I wanted to celebrate our 10th episode with something special, and we figured what's more special than making me watch a movie that I have refused to watch for 14 years. This was the first time I had ever seen Twilight.
You asked to watch it too.
I know that.
You're like, I think
Don't hang on that too much. Alrighty. Krista?
Yes.
Give us the deets.
Twilight, the movie of every teenage girl's angsty heart in the, what is it?
2008.
Late 2000s? With that time? Late 2000s, yes. Okay, so Twilight has a rating of PG-13 for some violence and a scene of sensuality.
I'll say.
The genre is fantasy romance. The director is Catherine Hardwicke. It was written by Melissa Rosenberg. It starred Robert Pattinson, Kristen Stewart, and Taylor Lautner. It released November 21st, 2008. I almost said 2018. 2008. Pretty sure High School Krista was there with bells on. The runtime is 2 hours and 1 minute. It had a budget of $37 million, and it grossed in the U.S. and Canada $193,962,473, and worldwide it grossed just around $409 million. I had to think about that.
Yeah, so about 600 million. So it grossed the amount it needed to make 4 more movies.
What I would have loved would have been a study of how many teenage girls' dollars are poured into that film, or parents' dollars, I guess. But
I don't.
All right.
All right.
Oh, do you want me to do the
No,
I sounded like a bird.
My turn.
Bit.
It's my turn to read the
Man.
plot.
Okay.
High school student Bella Swan, Kristen Stewart, always a bit of a misfit, doesn't expect life to change much when she moves from sunny Arizona to rainy Washington State. Then she meets Edward Cullen, Robert Pattinson, a handsome but mysterious teen whose eyes seem to peer directly into her soul. Edward is a vampire whose family does not drink blood, and Bella, far from being frightened, enters into a dangerous romance with her immortal soulmate.
Wow.
I don't like that simply because it does what it's supposed to do. This is a romantic story, like it's a romance story. The novel is a romance story, but it's like a teen romance story, and it's made to make presumably teenage girls feel a certain way, but I'm sure it made other everyone feel a certain way.
I mean, it's better than like the last plot description we read that felt like
I feel like that's more accurate.
Yeah.
It's such an awful movie.
You got to get past it. No.
That plot synopsis being so nice is like, don't do that. Don't mess with us. So Krista.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm going to ask you
you want me
first.
to go first? Okay.
Let's try to liven this up.
Ooh, okay.
What did you think of the movie overall?
So here's what you need to know. Is yes, I read the Twilight books when they came out. I had shout out to any of my high school friends who, well, I do have. I'm still friends with some friends from high school. Anyway, yeah, it was a cult following. We all loved it. We all went to the book premieres at Borders. Which, by the way, do you guys remember Borders? The
Yeah.
bookshop. That was
Yeah.
a great place. Anyway, the one in our hometown did like celebrations. I think they did one for like the later movies. So anyway, like I have a lot of nostalgia and like poured into this franchise. So on the one hand, it's nostalgic to me. It brings up back a lot of memories. Now the movie as a overall, it's not a good movie. It's not a good adaptation of the book in certain ways. It's awkward as all get out, and it's not good. And as you get older, you're like, like why'd they do that way? I honestly though would be very curious to reread the book to like compare it. I don't think I will. I have too many other books on my want to read list, but I would be curious to do that. Slash, I would also be curious to see if they remade it with like a better,
Director and writing staff.
yeah.
Because Kristen Stewart is a good actor.
Yeah, I mean, well,
And Robert
let's
Pattinson
save
is
that.
a good actor.
Let's save that.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah,
So what did I think of the movie
Michael,
overall?
how much did you love this movie?
You could have force fed me garbage and it would have been a better experience than this. It is so bad. There are only 2 positive moments
What are the 2 positives
in this
I remember.
entire
I know
movie.
this.
The
He summarized
first
it.
is Edward Cullen has the ability to read people's minds, and so they're at a restaurant and he's like, that one's talking, that one's thinking about money, that one's thinking about money, that one's thinking about sex, that one's thinking about money, that one's thinking about money, that one's thinking about their cat. And then the guy just looks longingly off to the side and takes a sigh. Solid joke. I'm for it. That was good. And then the dad, was that the other one?
Yeah, when he cocks his shotgun, we're like, hey, he's at the door. Bring him in. Whoop.
Yeah. Because he was so proud of it.
Oh, that was a good one.
He was so proud of that moment, and it almost seemed like the actor was proud of it. Either he's really good at acting or he had that moment where he was like, this is great.
Come on, you didn't love the baseball scene?
No.
Which the supermassive black hole. That's not it at all.
I know.
Let's just also, I want to address the fact that Mike sounds like a zombie because for the second time in this podcast history, he has some sort of cold or
I think
allergy.
it's allergies, but
And, this girl over here drinking her emergency on the daily is.
emergency wouldn't
doing
have helped
great.
my allergies.
Anyway, I just wanted to call you
You
out.
just want to call me out.
Yeah.
Baseball scene, now that you brought it up. I am an avid baseball fan. I am into the technique of baseball. I love statistics of baseball. That scene was a travesty unto baseball.
Whose bat scene or pitching, whose was the best?
No one.
Jasper's bat flip was the best.
No one had anything that was good. Which one is that the shy one?
It's not that he's shy. He's the newest vampire, and so he has the hardest time being around humans. He's just quiet.
Okay, the quiet one. The reserved one.
There you go.
He was standing on top of the plate.
Of course, the one thing Mike notices from that.
Oh no, I noticed.
remember that,
I
yeah.
noticed everything. Like her
But I mean-
throw was bad. All the hitting, all the catching, all the everything. It just didn't make any sense. Rubbish. Everyone looked really bad.
Oh,
Everyone looked really bad with a hat on. Like they could have
yeah,
skipped
Mike-
that part. Like that was a clear costume error.
Edward's very fast.
Oh, gosh. It was so bad.
Okay, but then, I guess you did kind of answer. What did you like best about the movie?
The
Was
cat
those
man
two
who looked
specific
longingly off to the
scenes?
side and then just sighed. Just the that I'll take that. That's the best part of the whole movie. That's the only redeeming thing in the whole movie. And that Oh no. I'm forgetting her name.
Alice, the quiet one.
No. The not.
Rosalie. Nikki Reed.
No.
Oh.
Keep guessing. I like this name.
Esme, the mom.
No. Anna Kendrick.
Oh.
Exactly the same.
Yes.
14 years later, exactly the
Jessica.
same. She was like perfect for that role. Alrighty. What did you like best of the movie? And don't I want you to look at the movie objectively, not in the scope of what you got from the books or anything like that, but like specifically in this heap of crap movie, what good did you see from it?
Maybe this isn't answering your question right, but one part I want to acknowledge, and I will disclaimer it by saying I haven't read the book obviously in a long time, so I don't know, but I think it for a good portion does, if I remember correctly, and someone, I don't know if they're more of a photographic memory or something, I do think it sticks to the book decently well.
But you just said it was a bad adaptation.
In
What?
In the feeling of the book,
Okay.
like in terms of like, yes, this happened, this scene and this scene, but like how it was written, I think, versus not that Stephanie Meyer is a fantastic author or anything, but how it was written didn't really come across in
Like the tone?
Yeah, like
I said
this
that
tone,
really weird
like
tone.
I mean, I think they even said it in one thing. It it was just really, I don't know, maybe. I know, I understand how I'm contradicting, but yeah. So I like that they didn't stray too far. From what I remember, and I mean, I could be remembering wrong.
So we have actions and stuff, or at least time. Let's say timelines.
Yeah, like
follow pretty close.
Timeline, like the characteristics of people, like certain specific scenes, like, and in terms of like, yeah, they took literally what she wrote and put it into the movie. But
and then what did you call it? The when they did the apple, what did you call it?
Oh, the homage.
The homage.
Yeah, where
so there's
catches the
so
apple.
on the book cover, someone is holding an apple, and they're kind of holding it in a very open palm way, and Kristen Stewart drops an apple and kicks it up and catches it, but catches it in the same open palm, and it's just awkward as can be because it's like no one catches anything like that.
I think my favorite part, and you will disagree with this, but I like the soundtrack. I feel like the soundtrack.
My only issue with the soundtrack, well, do you mean the music score?
No.
Or the movie soundtrack?
The movie soundtrack.
So the songs they pick to adapt into it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like
that's
those. Fair. I think that would maybe be my favorite part. And then there's like little clips. Like I actually think the baseball scene is funny. I think the part where they like come out as they're dating is like, ah ha ha ha, like that's funny.
Well, that was the thing that I would, because what did I like best of the movie? Catman. He's always in my heart. You'll be
your heart will go on.
What I actually liked is there are moments where Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson feel really natural and are acting really well, and they get cut down so quickly. But those glimpses of it, and the one where they come out and they're like, "We're gonna start dating," and he's just like happy and feeling free.
Yes.
He looked like it feels natural. There's no weird tension there.
I think that's my beef with it. And like, so to go on maybe with what I liked least is I think in the book, again, I haven't touched that thing since high school, but from my memory, in the book, their chemistry felt more cohesive and like made more sense. Whereas the movie, how they wrote it and made, again, because I agree with you. I think Robert and Kristen like are good actors, but I think how they were asked to act,
which could be direction.
Yeah,
like they were directed poorly.
Yeah, so I think how they were asked to act and asked to portray.
Asked to act. Oh, I even did it.
Yeah. How they were portrayed like their relationship is just awkward and weird and like kind of makes me go like, ugh, like that. It's whereas like in the books, it's kind of like, oh, I mean, not that it's a great but it's supposed to drive that like teenage like, oh, this is so perfect. And watching them, it's kind of like, okay.
Well, and speaking there were lots that I liked least about this movie, but
what was the absolute worst thing?
I do think that idea of like while Edward is perpetually stuck in like a 17-year-old body, he hasn't lived 17 years. He's 100 something years old. And so no matter what, he has that life. Like he has that life experience. So even though he doesn't physically change, maturity wise, experientially, he's lived 3 lifetimes or so. Well, we saw the joke that's on their wall. It's all the graduation hats. And there were a ton. So probably like 20 each. So they've all gone to high school. How often have they been manipulating these kids? Like it's this adult. Whatever we can say, like he's an adult manipulating a 16-year-old in a really awkward way. And like their relationship, there's nothing earned about their relationship. So it starts out, if we can recap how it happens, she walks into the room in Washington State in springtime. So it's still pretty cool. This teacher has a fan going, and that fan blows her aroma toward him, and he's so enticed by it that he's like disgusted. She never like talks about that. Her perspective is that he's grossed out.
I was gonna say, it's like,
he's trying to hold back his urges, but he just looks like he's about to throw up. And then he goes to the office and she overhears it, which she just goes to the office at the same like.
Well, I think
that the last class period?
It's the last. I think that's the idea. It's the last class period, so she's
maybe
going
that
to, like,
maybe that makes more sense than
it does happen in the book. I think.
Okay, but he's like, ugh, I'll make do or whatever it is. Well,
I'll just have to bear it.
Yeah, I'll just have to bear it. I was like, his voice isn't that deep yet. And then he's gone for a while. Mm-hmm. The idea is
he goes hunting to try and fill up his bloodlust, so that way, even though he still wants her blood, it's not necessarily that he's like hungry.
Yeah. And so he goes to Whole Foods and he buys like a giant chicken and he eats it. And
he goes after the deer, man, the bears.
Oops. And we have this scene where he's been gone and she's like, I'm going to confront this guy who is like rude to me. He made me really mad. I just came here from Arizona. And it was like she was justified. And then he's like really nice and she's kind of like paralyzed by that.
That though is her person is I think supposed to be, again, I agree, not well, but it's like she's awkward. So it's like she's gonna like confront him, and two, like you have to keep in mind, Michael, that the vampires, everything about them is supposed to draw her in. So
but wasn't the point
to her? Let me finish my thought before I forget. To her, he's like the best looking thing she's ever seen. So it's one thing for her to be like, I'm going to confront him.
Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. I don't feel like that was conveyed.
Oh.
Because I feel like, because we kind of talked about it while the movie was going, that like she didn't seem as, in that moment, into him as like most, or no, maybe I'm getting confused. Because like the other people in the school are like kind of weirded out by him. Like he gives off a aura of weirded out, right? Wasn't that why like no one talks to them?
Well, but you have to like those kids have all gone to school with them for 3 years or whatever, and so on that hand, it's like
Also, a 6'1", 20-something
without
year
getting
old
too
being a
much into it.
freshman.
So essentially, his presence is overwhelming every sensory thing for her. So it's easy for her, like as she's trying to talk to him, she's like getting.
I don't think they directed her in that way.
Yes, and then too, like for all the other kids, like it's like, oh, the perfect Cullens or whatever. So
Oh man, I feel like if they had directed her in that way or given her that, because they tried to do that internal monologue throughout it. If they did that a little more, maybe it would have made more sense. But they didn't have that, so it was just really confusing. And then he can't read her mind, so she becomes. So she's really enticing. Like he almost can't control himself around her. He can't read her mind, so she's now like the
an
creme de la
enigma.
creme.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's intrigued by her. It's like, why can't he? But anyway.
Yeah, true. But just that whole relationship, it doesn't make sense where the line is where it's like, okay, now we both like each other. I don't think that moment.
It definitely doesn't happen in the
there.
movie, and I don't really think it happens in the book either. It's just kind of like she loves him,
Yeah.
but it's a teenage romance, so you're like, go with it.
Right. And usually in I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched a movie that's purely romantic. There's usually a scene or something of an action where like someone sees something of empathy, someone sees like
I mean, I guess you could
he
say
gaslights her about the
car.
van and then basically is like, get used to disappointment, and they like hate each other, but she's like obsessed with him.
well, I guess you like the car scene, like when he does rescue her from the guys who we assume want to take advantage of her.
But that's also why that aspect of like her character where she's supposed to be a certain way and yet she's braving this guy who can stop a car and like dent it, but she's like, no, I'm gonna follow you. It just seems like an overtly bold move from someone who hasn't necessarily showed that side.
That is a little bit from the books, as I remember. I almost said from the novels, as I remember. Like there are parts of her where it's like she's shy and timid, but every so often gets like ballsy. Can I say?
I don't know. We may have lost some subscribers.
I'm sorry. I'll bake
But
you
yeah,
cookies if I offended you.
She gets a little,
And that's a part of her. She has like a little fiery, and like you do see that like later on, like she gets like little bits of, I don't know if you want to call them passion or whatever, that make her do something.
yeah.
I do want to just shout out people. I am trying to get Mike to watch the rest of the movies, just because he had questions, and I just would genuinely love to see him experience this. So
we're gonna start a Patreon. And when we get 20 subscribers,
really,
I will watch them. How about that?
what's a I mean, I know, but are you gonna make people pay?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Hey, this is our thing, Krista.
$20 if we can earn, and we'll give it to charity.
Who was your favorite character in the movie and why?
Because there is that part of me that goes into it as a whole. As a whole, I like Alice. She's probably my favorite.
Which one is Alice?
The little quiet one who can see the future.
She has the short hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The pitcher.
Sure. Yes.
If there's baseball in it, all I can
like
think of is
Alice.
baseball.
Obviously, you don't really get a big taste of her in this.
Is that a vampire joke?
Yes, I totally planned that. I think I'm gonna stick with her. I mean, you don't love Bella. I like Kristen Stewart. Like I enjoy her, but Bella's, if you objectively look at her as a character, she's not.
Yeah,
Not
she's
smart.
not great.
Yeah.
I like Mr. Molina, the teacher. He's very funny. Because he does have. It's like
Fourth level character.
It's like the writer was like, okay, I haven't been in high school in a long time, but here are the vague memories I have of the teacher I liked. Right. You know.
Michael, the real question though is, at this point, are you team Edward or are you team Jacob?
Neither.
You
Edward
have to choose.
Edward is.
You must choose.
Edward is Edward on this one viewing. Edward is a child abuser, and Jacob is not in the game. Like,
I'm team Edward.
Like, and I think that makes
Jacob's a punk.
Well,
sorry,
but you were telling me, you were giving me the inside scoop on the rest of the story.
Oh, that was loud. Sorry.
Like Jacob doesn't know his background yet.
He does not know.
He knows the stories, but he doesn't know that they're real, right?
Yes, yeah. And I mean, in the same way that you could say, so the people, like the humans, how they're become kind of maybe infatuated or like, oh my gosh, the Cullens are perfect. Jacob and all the other Quilutes, I'm butchering that, but all the other, the tribe are like, ugh, like, so the only vibe Jacob have is like, ugh, the Cullens are like, you know, like he just knows he doesn't like them, and he can't pinpoint
all he has is he's a Native American who lives on a reservation, and he has to watch this girl that he's had a friendship with for a long time hang out with these schwanky, pompous, rich people who have like,
there's a layer of that.
There's that bit where it's like, that makes sense. Like his character makes sense in this world. And then like there's no payoff because you hear him talk for like 2 minutes and you're like, you sound like a doofus. He is. I'm sure he's a very nice person in real life, but when he talks,
Isn't he married in real life now?
He's like 30. I'm sure like life has gotten
been kind to him. Someone definitely chose Team Jacob, if you know what I'm saying.
Ew.
I don't know.
So, you know, of everyone in the story, he who is involved is the most quote unquote innocent. Like he has the vibes because that's an internal feeling. The Cullens like really are weird. They're publicly weird. Their reputation is they're weird outside of the doctor dad who like is a good doctor.
Yeah.
But like the rest of the family, they're all for lack of a better term, like the town freaks.
Yeah.
And they kind of, until Edward starts to mingle with Bella, they really dive into it.
Yeah, because, you know, they've all lived
Who's the mean vampire? Rosalie. She's just rude. She's really mean. And she's rude and mean to anyone she, like, interacts with. And then...
Yeah.
Emmett, is Emmett the blonde one?
Emmett is not the blonde one. He's the tall, burly one. Kellen Lutz, I believe.
That's not the blonde one?
No, Jasper's the blonde one. Come on, Michael.
No, he's not. No.
I don't think he's blonde in the movie. I think he's brown hair.
Brown hair. Christine.
Doing some Foley work? Maybe
no
he's
Foley.
blonde.
I'm looking it up. All right, here's a picture of the family. Oh, you're right. He is brown hair.
Boom.
Oh.
Rosalie has blonde
Why
hair.
did they choose such bad wigs? Another part I don't like about the movie is like not the costume design. The costume's kind of fun. Well, are wigs part of costume? That is our poll of the week. Wigs
no,
part
really
of
the
the
poll
costume?
is, are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
All the hairs are so bad. They're just
The hairs.
awful.
I was noticing throughout the film, like,
Emmett's the only one who has kind of okay hair because it's short. Oh no.
Nikki Reed does have a wig. I know that for 100%.
What hair color is Edward's?
That's what I was going to point out before you rudely interrupted me, is if you notice, I think he's supposed to have like blonde adjacent hair, but at different parts of the film, it looks really like red, like strawberry blonde. And I was like,
Well, the picture I was just looking at was okay. So the picture I was looking at was like a promo picture, like a costume check picture. There's a shot from the cafeteria, which what's the one you like? Who's the vampire you like? Alice. I will say I don't like her hairstyle, but it doesn't look that like egregious. The Jasper, his
The chat is great.
questionable. Edward's hair looks great. He has good hair. Emmett has really short hair.
Robert Pattinson does have really great hair in this movie.
Yeah. But Emmett is just a bro.
Yes.
He's just like a Hollister bro.
Yes.
And
1 million. He's just
he
muscles.
eats it up. And now I was complaining throughout the whole movie, so I could have missed it. But now thinking about it, I'm like, there wasn't really anyone else in the movie that was like that.
Yeah, and you don't really get too much character development on any of the family at this point.
They're just weird.
Yeah.
They're just weird throughout the whole thing.
You learn little bits about them.
And then they're supposed to be a family, and they're all adopted, but Emmett and Rosalie, they're like clearly together.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, that's clearly weird.
Yeah, you say that Jessica, the character,
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick's character.
Who I love. I love Anna Kendrick.
So did you notice any plot holes?
All of it. The entire movie is a plot hole.
I noticed one, and maybe my fellow Twihards, would that be? But I was just thinking about it near the end. I don't know if I said it out loud to you, but I was kind of like, you know what? Like, can we talk about the fact that, Bella explodes at Charlie? I hate him. I'm leaving Forks. How dare I? Goes away to Phoenix.
Right.
Kind of tells that to her dad. And then, she wakes up from it. Her mom's like, don't worry, we're going to move with us. She like has a brain aneurysm. It's like, no, I need to stay here. Or stay in Forks. And obviously she does because they go to prom. But I'm like, they never really and she goes to prom with Edward. Mm-hmm. Maybe they address it in the book, but I'm kind of like.
No, they address it in the movie. They just do it really poorly.
Yeah, but I was like, so I felt like, that felt to me like there should have been more bridge.
Right.
Of like.
I agree. I fully agree. But their way of doing that in the book or in the movie was Edward going, he'll forgive you. That was it. That's the explain away of.
Yeah.
Because that's traumatic. Like, she said the thing her mom said to him. Mm-hmm. When she left. Mm-hmm. So the divorce speech was re-said by his daughter, and then it's just supposed to be like, hey, here's some fresh pepper spray.
And then even later, daughter. Like if you again, if you go into the other books, like the second one, the whole plot of it, like again, how this man lets his daughter be with this guy is beyond me.
I think that's explained away by the fact that he's learning how to be a dad.
Probably.
So he doesn't fully understand, or he does understand that this guy's a creep, or he's very questionable, or not questionable. He questions Edward as a character, as a person, as everything. But it's almost like he's like, but he makes my daughter happy. So I guess I got to give it room.
That to me is a plot hole. Something else that it's not a plot hole, but I was because I questioned the artistic choice of obviously it's a very muted, everything is muted tones. There's hardly any bright colors, and I was trying to think back.
It got the Zack Schneider.
Well, yeah, that's what I was like. Was that
temperament?
I was just curious. I was like, I wonder if that was popular in that time period, but then also too, I think it was a directional choice, or we need to make this an angsty movie, so that's a way to.
We talked about that too, because The scenes, the scenery is gorgeous. Like Washington State is gorgeous, and they kind of wasted it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the color palette of it is very muted. It's very dark. It lacks bright colors. I think that's on purpose to get the vibe of it.
Yeah, it's funny. I can't decide if I like it now or not. Like on the one hand, it feels very Twilight. Like that's what I think of it. Like I see that and I'm like, yeah, this is Twilight. Like that's what makes it the movie Twilight.
That's fair. I think what you said kind of has a lot of validity, and maybe I'll word it a little differently, but it's forced angst.
Yeah.
There's so much forced angst in the movie.
Well, what did like? I mean, you said the whole movie is a plot hole, but you just didn't love it.
No, I think nothing's cohesive in the movie. Nothing's cohesive. So
Very
like
erratic.
the plot hole that these kids. So the question then is, have they? Because they're saying Jacob's dad said that they like came back. That was the thing. So have they only been there for 2 or 3 years?
I think that's what you assume. And like they said, the
Right.
younger they start out, I would imagine they probably made them start maybe with like Edward and I think Alice and Jasper are technically like in the same grade as Edward. Now I don't remember, but like probably with the youngest one of them being a freshman and then going up from there. And he's a junior in this, so 2 years.
I don't know. I have a lot of issues with just the idea of them and how they've, especially if they've come back with people, with a tribe, with a conflicting people group
Well, but
who know them.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing though, is that in the story it was like the Cullen family made an agreement with the original Quiute leaders to say, hey, we won't say what you are if you just don't go on our land.
I know, but then why did they come back?
Because
Did they say that?
It's explained in, I don't know if it's this book, but obviously because their skin glitters in the sun, they have to be in places that are,
Oh, wasn't someone said that kind of in passing that they had transferred from like Alaska or something?
Yeah, so they
is sunny. Or has the sun out
for vampires that are trying to live in the world, they have to live in places that are cloud coverage, all that kind of stuff, which is so, Washington fits that description.
Yeah. Bella and Edward's relationship makes no sense. Rosaline, like, she as a character doesn't make any sense. It's like they forced her to be like mean.
When you hear her backstory, I guess you get it a little bit
but
more.
I guess the problem with that is the plot hole is we're speaking on this as though this is the movie. And when this movie came out, it was the first.
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of the books existing, there was no second movie. There was no backstory.
Yes, there is.
There was no backstory at that time. And so just poor character development. Like you said earlier, you said that. I don't know. A lot of it just, I remember just yelling at the TV the whole time. I think I've blocked out most of the movie. And I just remember points where stuff was happening. I'm like, that's bad. That's so bad. But also, it's very dated. It's very dated. And there's like the CD moments where they're in his room and they're like, oh, you got a lot of music. And she's like,
you ever heard iTunes?
she's like, what are you listening to? It's like, Debussy. He's like, oh, I can change it if. No. I like it.
Should we go into the next part of our show?
Yeah. So now it's time for the Review Rewind. This is the part of the show where we go back to when the movie was made and we read the positive reviews and the negative reviews and we kind of see where we land.
It's time for the review, rewind, review, rewind.
Review, rewind, review, rewind.
I almost didn't bring it in.
We're going to lose so much money that we're going to get sued for that, Krista.
That's why we're starting a Patreon.
So Krista's going to go ahead and read a positive review, and I'm going to go ahead and spoilers. Critically panned. Critically panned.
All right. So the positive review, is it Empire Magazine?
Yeah.
Empire Magazine, by writer.
Don't worry about the name. I deleted it from mine. I forgot to delete it from yours. It's from Empire Magazine.
From
in
Empire
2008.
Magazine. Gave it an 80. A sometimes girly swirl of obsession that will delight fans, this faithful adaptation is after teenage blood and will most likely hit a box office artery.
And that it did.
Teenage girls swarmed the world for this.
Actually, I have a vivid memory. Mm-hmm. I have a vivid memory of getting out of a movie and the crowd of teenage girls coming out of the Twilight theater.
I gotta be honest, I'm probably gonna go on my Facebook after this and see what I can't dig up from a
there
Twilight
were
thing.
So because 2008, I was, how old was I?
I don't know.
I was
I just
20.
remembered a
I was
Suits
20.
embarrassing story.
I was 20, so this theater just piling out of 14, 15, 16-year-old girls, and I remember raising my hand going, I'm just trying to get out. I'm just trying to leave.
I just need to exit.
I don't want to be here. Please. What was your embarrassing thing?
I don't know.
Do you want to share it? Does it involve a friend?
It involves the guy I dated that, I think he's happily married now, so power to him. He has no idea this podcast even exists.
It's up to you. Sorry, our theme song's going on right now.
It's just like you're trying to cut me off. I think that's the sign anyway, but it involved coordinating T-shirts and a T-shirt contest at Borders that we won.
Ew.
So it was great.
All right. Now, time for the negative review. This is by the Austin Chronicle, and it got a 30 out of 100. I've had mosquito bites that were more passionate than this undead, unrequited love, of course. An altogether unfun pseudo-romantic riff on Romeo and Juliet. It's a big misstep from Romeo and Juliet, so I can see where they're like...
Finish the review.
Okay. Based on the hideously readable, or so my dark beloved tells me, series of Don't Call Them Young Adult novels by Stephanie Meyer, Twilight is the first in what promises to be a lengthy cinematic franchise featuring sexy vampire boys who just say, "No, I don't drink." You. Yeah. Whoever it was, their review's very campy. It's clearly trying to be like a gotcha. I don't know if clickbait was a thing in 2008. I can't remember if that was a thing, but that feels like clickbait.
I gotta know, what would you rate this movie?
F. It is a failure. It doesn't even get a D. It's an F. If a student turned that in, and I would say college student, I would be like, bro, ma'am, they, them, whoever, go back.
I would give it a D+.
Oh man, you are being gracious.
Because there's nostalgia in it. I give it a D+ for the nostalgia. I will say it does not hold up to what you remember as a young child. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. When they first came on Netflix, after you hadn't seen them for a while, I binged them. I watched them all because I was like, Twilight.
So you saw this with me,
mm-hmm.
and of course I hated it through and through, and I was complaining about it. I think we talked it a little bit when you actually binged it. Do you remember how you felt about the movies as you were watching them in that moment?
Yeah, no, I especially the first one, I was just like, oh, this isn't good, but it's Twilight, so you want it to be good, but it's not.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of movies that I loved, but now going back, it's like, oh, that's not good. But I can't think of one that I didn't think was like, this is kind of purposefully bad.
But yeah, so I
So
would.
Twilight is unto its own. Like it's in its own category of. I don't know. I will say this: I don't know of another movie that was this successful while being so just rubbish.
Bad, yeah. I mean, if you think I'm trying to think of other like Divergent is coming to mind as
But whoa. Let's go ahead and mark this on the tally sheet of Mike woes or whatever. I like those movies.
I know, but I was trying to think of like I feel like when Twilight came out, adaptation. I mean, maybe
Everyone
besides
was like
Harry
young
Potter
adult movies.
Yeah, but I mean like of movies that like got this
Games.
much. Hunger Games, yeah. Hunger Games a better one.
But I guess
Divergent wasn't as popular.
But that's actually I was thinking
and
that
I have my own qualms about the later ones of those, so that for
but
another day.
I was thinking about that as you were saying it. I'm disappointed that Divergent wasn't as popular because it was watchable. It's so much better than Twilight. It's not great. I like it better than Twilight for sure. And it just bums me out that Twilight did so well while that didn't do well. And then it didn't even get to finish. Because I think by like the second to last movie, they just didn't make it.
Because they didn't stick to the book. And they had a huge, they upset me. They upset so many fans based on how they made that last one, Allegiant, I think. How they made it end.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't end the right way.
It ended completely the wrong way.
Did we talk about that when it happened? I don't remember that.
TBD.
Well,
right.
Next week, episode 11, we're not going to tell you what it is, but I think it's going to be a shift in our normal
repertoire.
Yeah. In the normal way that we do this. It will be a shift, but I think overall it'll be a good experience. So make sure to subscribe. Make sure to follow us on Twitter
but
and
real
Instagram.
Fast,
yes.
Before we end, and with that, we really do need to know: Team Edward, Team Jacob.
Yes. I will put
a poll.
Well, yeah, but you put a poll, and you put a poll because then
I'll put a poll. We all put some polls.
I'll put a poll on mine too. But make sure to follow us on social media. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many others. So feel free to subscribe. That helps us. If you would like to rate us something nice, that'd be great. If you think that this is a terrible podcast, just keep it to yourself.
Drop suggestions on what you want
us
to.
We'll totally take suggestions. Because the overall plan is we're going to go until June, like
last week of May.
We're going to take the summer off.
Vacation's all I ever wanted.
That changed. So you tempo.
Well, all of a sudden I
all
worried that you're like copyright infringement.
Okay.
So
and then we'll be back in August, but that's still a way away. Until next time.
Be kind.
No, that's taken. There's a podcast called that.
Really?
Yeah. We're not original.
Until next time, be kind.
Dang it. Rewind your review. No.
Review your rewinds.
Review your rewinds. Go back to your reviews and check if they.
You.
Okay, bye.
Bye.